Hello and welcome to my channel, and if you're returning, welcome back. Today I'm going to do an unboxing for you. Today's unboxing is going to bring stuff from Rightstuf.com. The stuff that I bought come from the 2014 holiday sale that's going on right now. The stuff that I got in this box this was bought before the sale was complete. So I will also be getting a few more things from there. And you can expect an unboxing sometime later from that when I receive them. Today I have quite a bit of anime in store for you, if you can see that. And it also comes with a second page. But before I get into what I got from Rightstuf, I also want to show off a package that I got from Barnes & Noble. They were doing I believe this was the 25% off any select item. So first I'll be showing off that item. And the item that I got from Barnes & Noble is none other than Zatch Bell, the complete first and second season. For any of those who don't know, this contains all the episodes that were dubbed and shown in English and over here in America. However, this is not the complete show. This only goes up to a few hundred episodes. I know the Japanese finished, I believe, with 150 episodes, but we only made it up to the early 100s. So this isn't the complete series, but this is the complete dubbing that we got. And I remember watching this on Toonami, and it's a really good show, and if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. And with that done, we can start with the Rightstuf. So I ordered quite a bit, so I hope you enjoy. First thing I'm going to show you that I got from the haul would be the Rave Master CD. I remember when this was on Toonami, I believe it was on Toonami, and it was an interesting show. I liked it. So I thought, and this was on sale for $1.99, I believe. So I thought, why not get it? I love Japanese music. And I'm pretty sure this show had a good OST, as it's also from the creator of Fairy Tail. So I'm pretty sure I will be in for a good surprise treat. Next we have some postcards. The Gundam UC, the Gundam Unicorn, which is part of the Gundam Universal Century timeline. I'm also planning on picking up the bundle they're doing for this series on Rightstuf, since it's going to be around $60 for the first 7 episodes, which if you get them separately will come up to more than $100 just for the DVD. So that's going to be a good deal. Also, they have a promotion for the Sengoku collection. And also for Junior Romantica. So I got quite a bit of movies in this haul. First off, we'll start off with Colorful. Most of these I only know what was in the description when I saw them, so these will be a lot of surprises for me. But they all sound interesting, and from the movies, from the creators, I've heard nothing but positive things, so I'm looking forward to all that I've gotten. And I've also gotten a few series as well. Next up, we have F, A Tale of Memories. This is the complete first season. Yes. when I saw this, it sounded interesting, and it was pretty cheap, so I decided to give it a try. And I've heard pretty positive reviews for this as well, so I'm sure I'll enjoy it. And also on sale, they had the second season, F, A Tale of Melodies. You can get all that. And if you want, you can pause anytime to read or just look at any of what I've gotten. And I also opened up this box. I received this Saturday, and I opened it yesterday to check and look inside. And I wasn't sure if I was going to do an unboxing, but I decided to. But for my next one, I might just unbox it. I might just wait and save it to unbox it on camp. Next up, I have something that really caught my attention. Tuano Kwan, I believe. And this series, just from the cover art, was pretty amazing looking to me. And I read the description and it sounded very interesting. And what I like about this particular series is it's six episodes long, but each episode is basically its own film. As you can see here, the complete 6-part film series. And the premise sounds pretty interesting. It's about children who are born with powers, and basically a corrupt government killing off the children as they're seen as threats. At least that's what I recall from reading it on the Rightstuf description. And since it's done as a 6-part film series, I thought it would be pretty good to watch. As I'm really a big fan of the Neon Genesis Rebuild series. And if you know about that, that's the Rebuild series is a 4-part movie series, and I really love that series, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy this as well. Next up, I have Tales of Vesperia, The First Strike. I remember first seeing this on some trailers on, I'm not sure if it was one of the fairy tale parts I have, but I seen it in a few different anime of mine, the previews, and it sounds pretty interesting, and it looked good, so since it was on sale for a pretty good cheaper, decided why not. Next up we have is First Squad. First Squad of the Moment of Truth. And this was for pretty cheap as well. And the premise was really interesting to me, so I had to get this. And since this and Tuano Kwan were both pretty cheap for Blu-ray, I decided to go for them on Blu-ray. The rest of the films and F, The Tale of Memories and Melodies, originally I was planning on getting them on Blu-ray as well, but I decided to go for the DVD version since they were cheaper, and since I'm going to get more and want to save up to get Fairy Tail Part 14 and 15 that's been confirmed to be released soon, since I'm a big fan of Fairy Tail as well. And I know some people aren't too big in that series, but I think it's pretty good. Next up is Grave of the Fireflies. Another film that I've heard positive reviews from. I've also heard this is a pretty sad movie, so I'm looking forward to that. Because this is one of the films that has a pretty deep plot from what I've gathered. And it touches on a real life subject, which I always find the most interesting and most enjoyable. So I'm looking forward to watching this. Next up is Short Piece. From what I understand, this is 4 individual indie type films, but they're, I believe, from some widely known authors. But I'm looking forward to watching these. This looks really good, and their movies have just got my attention from what I've seen and read about them. So I'm definitely looking forward to this. Next, we have Aquarian Age, the complete collection. 13 episodes on 3 discs. I'm also thinking about whether I will get the Aquarian Evo, the second series to this, well, the second part to this series. I know on Funimation they're having a sale where I can get the first part limited edition and the second for pretty cheap. So I'm gonna possibly order from there. I also have an order coming in from Funimation. So I might do an unboxing of that as well. Next we have Children Who Chase Lost Voices. This is gonna be one of my first films from this creator. I've heard he's done the movie 5 centimeters per second and Voice of a Distant Star, which I've heard are excellent movies. I haven't watched either of those yet, but I plan to in the future. And from what I've seen of this and what I've read, this will be a pretty good film to get started in. So I'm definitely going in with high hopes. Next up is Kino's Journey. Once again, 13 episodes on 3 DVDs. Next, we have something that I am very interested to get into. I know some of you might be like, what took you so long? But better late than never, right? And that would be Fate Stay Night. 4 discs with 24 episodes in total. To win the ultimate gift, one must risk the ultimate price. This, from the trailers I've seen and from all the reviews that I see on YouTube and have heard about, is going to be a very good series to get into. Although I have heard the timeline can be a bit confusing and jarring for those just getting into it. But I'm up for it. And it looks like the reward is going to be worth it. So, bring it on. Next up, hold on. Let me get the rest out. Next we have The Garden of Words. Now this movie, I believe, is only 46 minutes long. And I've heard that some people wish that this was a bit longer. They feel it's a pretty good movie. It's really good and handled well. Just a lot. The only complaint that I've heard is people wish it was longer, so they could have more moments with the characters. But this is one of the movies that I know a lot of people say is a must-watch, and I'm definitely looking forward to watching it. This, I believe, I found on sale for just $9.95, and I thought, why not get it? So, Sakura Wars, the complete TV series. Now, I don't know much about the series, so this is going to be one that I'm going into blind. But, seeing as it also has a movie, I believe, and was on sale, I believe it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure it's going to be worth the money I paid for. This next one I was interested in, and I was debating a bit on if I should get it or not, and I decided to go for it. So I introduced Ray the animation, and this is a really interesting concept. Our main character right here, her eyes, I believe it was her eyes that were stolen. Yeah, her eyes were stolen, and I believe it skips on into a few years later where she has some new eyes, and she's going around trying to find the people that stole her eyes. She's also a surgeon from what I've seen, so she's helping, while she's looking for her eyes, she's helping those who are injured. So on her quest for vengeance, this isn't your typical person where vengeance is the only thing on their mind. She's also helping those. So this should be an interesting watch. And lastly, it's something that I've seen on Rightstuf for a while. Hold on. And this series has been, it's always looked interesting to me. I just never, well, at first when I saw it, I didn't know it was a series. And when I found out it was, I wanted to find out more about it, but since I didn't know much. But it was on sale, so now's as good of time as any to get it. And I'll bring to you The Rose of Versailles. This is part 1. And I've also seen a lot of people picking this up lately too, thanks to the sale. And from a lot of people who've seen it before, this is a must-watch shoujo. This sets the standard, and this has been handled very well from what I've heard. It's a very good series, and the concept itself is very interesting. So I'm definitely gonna have to check this out. And I also got part 2, as I was able to get them both bundled for, I believe, around $50 each. Part 2. So I'm definitely excited to get started with this series. So for my haul, I have parts 1 and 2 of The Rose of Versailles. I have Ray. I have Sakura Wars, the complete TV series. The Garden of Words. Fate Stay Night, the complete series. Kino's Journey. Children Who Chase Lost Voices. And hopefully the DVDs and Blu-rays are still in their cases. Some have rattling, so when I open them I have to check. I also have Aquarian Age, Sign for Evolution. Short Piece. Grave of the Fireflies, the remastered edition. First Squad, The Moment of Truth. Tales of Vesperia, which has a pretty good looking cover, if you can tell. Nice and reflective. Tawanaquan. F A Tale of Melodies, which is Season 2, along with F A Tale of Memories, Season 1. Colorful. My Rave Master CD. And Zatchbell courtesy of BarnesandNoble.com. Whoops. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.